Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Good morning. We're at one of the world's most beautiful places, the UAW's Black Lake Conference and Education Center and Golf Club. And with us is the guy who's in charge of everything here, Nick Aune. Nick, what a beautiful morning we have.
It's a great morning. It's a little chilly, but you know what? It's going to be a great day here at Black Lake.
Actually, this is my kind of weather. It's a little bit cooler and it's perfect for golf, I think.
Yeah, it's a perfect day for golf, you know. It'll be a nice day to be on the links.
And we happen to be at the brand new upgraded boat dock, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here.
Sure. We put these dock slips in this year. We've always had the boat launch area here, and what we decided to do is for those guests that are staying in the campground or at the education center, that they can haul their boat up and put it in here and then leave their boat in at one of the slips here for a nominal fee every evening. So, yeah, it works out well.
And the lake itself is big enough to spend a couple of days on, I think.
Yeah, it's a big lake. It's one of the top 5 in Michigan, inland lake. And as far as fishing, it's a great place for fishing. We have the Sturgeon Fest in the wintertime. That's a real popular event here. So there's a lot going on as far as around the area on the lake.
And it's so clear. You can see all the way to the bottom. I don't know how far out, but pretty far.
Pretty far out. And if you're not a motorboat type person, we do have the canoes and the kayaks and the paddle boards. You can rent those from us and just kind of do a leisurely stroll or paddle through the water.
And right next door to us is the Old Lodge. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about its history.
Yeah, the Old Lodge was part of the original property that the UAW purchased, and it was owned by a gentleman named Lou Maxon, who was a big advertising executive in Detroit back in the day. And he used to have celebrities stay up in the Old Lodge as his guests, and some of the famous ones were Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz would stay here. And so when the UAW purchased it, they kept the Old Lodge intact, and we've kept it up, and it's just a beautiful spot right on Black Lake with a sandy beach right in front.
And there's still lodging there too, right?
Yeah, there's 25 guest rooms down there. And it's
25?
Right, yeah.
Well, speaking of lodging, you have room for quite a few people, and also big events like weddings. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, we do a number of weddings throughout the season. One of the most popular spots for us to do that is on the Old Lodge courtyard, which overlooks the lake, and right behind the Old Lodge. So it's a beautiful backdrop both ways. You get the Old Lodge in the background and then the lake behind you as well. And we do about 250 down there for a wedding, so it's a beautiful spot.
Whoa! And another beautiful spot is the one we saw a couple of days ago, which is the Hillside Chalet, Upper Lodge.
Yeah, the Upper Lodge, and we did a wedding up there on this past Saturday for about 150 people, and it was a beautiful spot there as well. Behind the Upper Lodge, there's a grassy knoll area, and if you set the chairs the right way, you're looking out back over a little forest area with the lake behind you as well. So it's another nice option for people.
Yeah, in fact, I saw those chairs facing something. I couldn't see what the something was until I walked over and saw, oh, it's the lake.
Yeah, it's a nice secluded place. Unless you walk back there and look, you wouldn't really know it's there. So it's a nice option for brides and grooms.
Yeah. And the main lodge has lodging?
Yeah, we have lodging. All total, we have about 225 guest rooms that are available here for rent. And then we have the 51 site campground as well, which is available for rent as also. So a lot of options here for lodging.
Now, at some point, the UAW did not rent the lodging for the general public, and that changed recently.
Yeah, it started about 5 years ago. That change occurred, and we've been more aggressive with that the last couple years with golf packages, doing weddings, family reunions, that type of thing. There isn't really quite a facility like this in Northeast Michigan, and so it's pretty spectacular. Unless you had been a UAW member, you really didn't know what was back here. And so it's for people to come in here the first time and see their face light up and go, oh my gosh, what's behind here? It's pretty awesome. The golf course has always been open to the public, and that's more people are more familiar with that being the public facility, but now the education center, conference center is open to the public as well.
Well, talk a little bit about the golf course. It's strikingly beautiful everywhere. And Reese Jones is the designer, and it opened, what, 1999?
2000 it opened. Reese Jones designed it. He's famous for, he's known as the Open Doctor because he's done some redesigns of U.S. Open venues when they bring in the championship. And we were fortunate to have him come design this golf course, and it's really spectacular. It really is. We've done a couple subtle upgrades out there this year, not so much on the golf course, but with our golf carts. We bought in a new fleet of 75 golf carts with a GPS system, which really is a nice feature for the golfer because it gives them immediate yardage, lets them communicate back to the clubhouse if they need something, lets us know exactly where they are on the course, so it's a really nice feature and upgrade for us.
So that really helps the pace of play, I imagine.
Yeah, it does, and we like to, that's one of the things that in the industry as a whole you hear about is pace of play. So whatever we can do to enhance and make that more acceptable for people.
What's your favorite hole?
Well, everyone has a different favorite hole out there. They're all spectacular. My personal favorite's number 15, the par 5. I think it's just because of the way the water feature comes into play up near the green. The tee is elevated, so you can get a little spectacular view from the tee itself. And so you have to hit a long tee shot if you want to get there in 2. Or if you're a short hitter like me, you can still get par and just play it a little safer outside the water feature. So it's a great hole. It's bunkered beautifully.
A couple of times I've been on the course, I almost forget to take my club out. I'm so busy looking around. It's landscaped, but you really don't need a lot of it because the trees themselves really do that.
Yeah, the one of the nice features about this is there's no development on the golf course. There's no condominiums, home sites. It's woods and it's nature, and that's the beautiful thing about it. One of the perks for me about this job is that I can just ride around the golf course and say, hey, I'm looking at it and just checking it out and unwind a little bit, and it's really a nice thing to do some afternoons just to kind of see what's happening out there.
Well, sounds like that's about what we're going to do. So,
right.
Nick, thanks for the verbal tour, and we love coming here, and thank you for having us.
Well, come back anytime. Love to see you.
Shall do.